Okay, hi class, this is Mr. Tan, and today we are doing contemporary hospitality, and we're focusing on question 2.2. Now, on question 2.2, it says discuss the roles and responsibilities and qualification requirements of the hospitality staff. So what's the first thing we do in the question? We break the question down, thank you. So, and we identify what? The key word or words. What's the key word here? Discuss. And what does discuss mean? To talk about. Good. And then we want to lead into this question. So how do we want to start off by talking about this question? What's the first thing we may want to lead into?
The level of industry.
The level of industry. We don't want to go straight into the question. We want to lead into it with an introduction. And what's been happening in the hospitality industry is that the hospitality industry is becoming more professional, okay? And it has the managers now and the various hospitality industries are looking for various qualifications. And so the question really is now, what qualifications are they looking at? So what qualifications exist within the hospitality industry?
MVQ.
Good, MVQs. What else?
HNC.
HNCs, what else?
HND.
HND, good. So we've got a variety of different qualifications which are required, which exist within the industry. You've got MVQs. What's an MVQ?
National.
Good. No national vocational qualification. And an SVQ?
Scotland.
Scottish. Scottish what? Vocational. Okay. Vocational qualification, good. And these are work-related, competence-based qualifications, which includes work experience, okay? There is no age limit or minimum entry requirements. You've got other vocational qualifications like BTEC qualifications and OCR. BTEC and OCR, BTEC is equivalent to what?
3 A levels.
About 2 A levels if it's a pass, and normally 3 A levels if you get a distinction. Okay, so if you get a BTEC national diploma, normally with 2, that may not necessarily get you into university. You may need to do a top-up. But if you get a BTEC national diploma with a distinction, equivalent to 3 A levels, then that can get you into university to do the first and second year. Okay. Okay. What other kind of experiences do we have? We have apprenticeships. What type of apprenticeships are there?
The basic.
You got the basic, and what's the basic? What's it equivalent to?
GCSE.
GCSEs or MVQ level 2. And then you have, what's the next level of apprenticeship that you have? Advanced level of apprenticeship. What's it equivalent to?
Level 3.
MVQ level 3. Yeah, or?
5 GCSE passes.
No.
Yeah.
2 A levels.
Yeah.
It's equivalent to 2 A levels or MVQ level 3. Okay? And what's the next type of apprenticeship you can get? Higher national. What's it equivalent to? MVQ level 4 or HNC level 4. Yes? Okay, which is the first year of degree. Okay. And then you have a HNC and HND. What's a HNC? Good. And a HND?
Higher national diploma.
And we can get it in hospitality, can't we?
Yeah.
And when we're looking at these, how many units do you need to pass for HNC?
8.
8 units. And how many units in total do you need to pass for HND? 16. Good. Okay. So the next stage up are foundation degrees and bachelor degrees. You could take 3 years to do a bachelor's degree in the UK. In Scotland, it's 4 years because they finish their A levels like at 17, so they do 4 years at uni. Whereas in the UK, you finish your A levels at 18, and then you do 3 years in university. Okay. So I would suggest that you lead into your introduction in terms of talking about general qualifications that exist. Okay. Once you've done that, what's the next thing that you need to do? So once you've talked about the different qualifications, what should you do then? Where do you go from there? Yes, but you don't talk about the roles and responsibilities until you've identified what? The staff. So you have to say, well, you're looking at this member of staff in this industry for this type of business. And then you state the roles and responsibilities. So who wants to give me an example?
Executive chef.
So give me an example.
Shedder's the executive chef.
So in what industry?
Hotel.
In a hotel-related industry.
Yeah.
So are they going to be working? They're going to be working in the restaurant, yes.
Yeah.
And so what's going to be their roles and responsibilities?
To plan menu, supervise the kitchen,
Yes.
develop new recipe,
Yes.
Training. other
training.
stuff.
Yes.
oversee,
Yes.
do a bit of budgeting, purchasing and hiring stuff.
Okay, good. And what would be their minimum qualifications for going into this type of industry?
Did you say minimum?
Yes. What would you expect? What would
H&D level 4.
HNC level 4?
Yeah.
HNC level 4,
Yeah.
okay. What other things do you think they might want in this industry? Work experience. They might want a degree of work experience so that you can cook. It's all good and well having HNC, but if you can't cook, it's not going to be very good, is it? So they might want some work experience, okay? So it might be apprenticeship, because apprenticeships are work-based, okay? So it could be apprenticeship at its minimum level, and then working your way up to the more intermediate level, okay? Okay, someone else give me an example.
I wanted to ask a question about this, what you were talking about, the qualifications.
Yes.
Does it mean the qualifications is not only about whether it's NVQ or you need to get work experience as well?
Well, the question says, discuss the roles and responsibilities and qualification requirements for hospitality staff. So what example did you give? You gave the executive chef. So the executive chef, you're saying, qualification he would require would be a HNC level 4. But what we're also saying, what might be a requirement in certain hotels would be actual experience that they've actually cooked and that they can cook. So they've actually worked in a restaurant and they've got perhaps NVQ level 2 or as equivalent to apprenticeship.
So you're more talking about the practical side of it?
Yes, because it says what requirements for your assistant chef.
Okay.
So if you're going to be an assistant chef, you're going to have some experience in cooking. They're not just going to employ you because you've got an HNC.
They kill everyone. Poison everyone.
Does that make sense? Yeah? So even though you're saying, yes, they want a HNC, but they also want some work experience, think about it logically. You want someone, you're going to employ someone, 2 people coming to you for a job, and you're saying, well, have you ever cooked before? That's the first thing you're going to say. And what experience do you have? Yeah? And what foods have you cooked? Make sense? Okay, someone else give me another job title. Anyone?
Receptionist.
Receptionist, okay. So receptionist in what industry?
In hotel.
In a hotel-related industry. So you're talking about the front desk, yes?
Yes.
And what would be the roles and responsibilities of the receptionist, or sometimes they call it the desk clerk, on the front desk of a hotel? What would be some of the duties?
He have to dealing with the guests.
Dealing with the guests?
Yes, taking and putting reservations.
Booking reservations, taking reservations, yes? Checking customers in, checking customers out.
Yes.
What else?
Upselling and offering more expensive rooms.
Upselling and offering more. Yes, suggestive selling. Absolutely. Yes. What else? You're smiling as if you've done that. Have you done that? No. Not yet. What else? What would they do? They might take credit card payments as well. And they fill out the paperwork as well when you come to the front desk. Normally you take your credit card, your details and everything else. And they take your car reservation number as well. Yes?
Yeah.
And they fill that down if you're parking in the hotel. And then they file that away. Yes? So what other things do you think they might do?
Complaints.
Yes, they might deal with complaints and so.
Answering phone?
And some.
Answering phone.
Answering the phones, absolutely. So you can see these would be all the duties, roles and responsibilities of the receptionist. What qualifications would they need, if any?
NVQ2.
MVQ level 2. which is equivalent to work-based apprenticeships maybe. So MVQ level 2 are work-based apprenticeships, which are equivalent to 5 GCSEs. Okay? Anything else you think they might want?
What about City and Guild level 3 advanced diploma?
Yes, that as well, that would be good. Okay? City and Guilds level 3 advanced diploma as well. Okay? So here we're going into the detail. So if you go to the online class, you will see on the online class there are loads more. And it tells you the role of a supervisor would be to oversee the operations. It tells you that they would train other members of staff, and they would also order and manage the stock coming in and out of the hotel. Okay? They must have good communication skills, they must know how, and they must have experience. And the qualifications required for the role of a supervisor is educated in business management. So, educated in business management, so what level are we talking about?
It can
What-
be degree or HND.
So I would say HNC, HND, or degree. Yes? It's the role of a supervisor, not manager, supervisor.
Okay.
Supervisor, okay? So that's another example there. So let's just take another example. The role of a manager. The role of the manager is to